Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing. You guys, in this video, we're not going to do anything detailing related. This is going to be a mechanical related type video, but I think this video is going to be pretty cool if it turns out the way that I think it's going to. But if you know a mechanic, or if you are a mechanic, you've either heard the mechanic you know say, or if you're the mechanic, you've said it yourself. I hate working on my own stuff. And the reason why is because every time I work on my stuff, something goes wrong or nothing goes right. I can work on everybody else's cars all day long, every day for the last over 20 years and rarely have an issue. But when I work on my own stuff like this happens. But in this video, I'm hoping that I can show you guys what happened, and we can all learn from it and see a really cool tool that I just picked up. So let's do it. So yes, I hate working on my own stuff, but here's what happened. We have a 2011 GMC Yukon Denali with the 6.2 V8, and when we got it, I didn't know what kind of tune-up it's had, if it's had a tune-up done, plugs, wires, whatever. So I decided I was going to put plugs and wires on it because I needed to replace the left side valve cover, because the valve cover on those actually is vented, and it can actually cause, as it gets older, start sucking oil, and we were going through quite a bit of oil. So I replaced the left side valve cover. I said, well, it's part, let's put plugs, let's put wires on it. Be good to go. So job went great, no problem at all. Test drove it afterwards, great. The next day, my wife said, I think it seems like it's idling kind of rough. I went out, didn't really feel anything. The next day, this is just 2 days ago. So the next day, my wife came home, she goes, honey, something's wrong. It's like shaking, it stops and stuff. So I said, well, it's got a misfire. I said, but all I did is put new plugs and wires on it. That's all I did. So I go out, put the scanner on it, cylinder 3 misfire. So I'm going to show you guys what I did really quick, show you how I diagnosed it basically. And then this new tool that we got right here off of Amazon just came, and it should show us what actually happened and what's wrong. Okay, so this is the side. As you see, it's got a new valve cover. How nice and shiny that thing is. Cylinder 3 is right here. You got 1, 3, 5, 7. Cylinder 3 had the misfire. So being a mechanic is all about process of elimination. So what I did first, I was like, okay, did plugs and wires. I took this wire off 3, put it on 1, put 1 on 3. It didn't change it, still had a misfire on 3. Okay, it's not the wire. Take the coil off 3, put on 1, 1 on 3, still on cylinder number 3. I was like, well, the last thing I did, really, because I didn't put coils on it either, last thing that I did was the plugs. So I took the plug out of 3, put it in 1, and the misfire followed it and went to cylinder number 1. So the brand new GM genuine AC Delco plug, Iridium plug, is bad, and I got a tester to hopefully show us that it actually is. Okay, so let me show you guys really quick. So this is the plug, and I marked it with an orange. I always do that when I'm trying to figure out something. So when I took it out, I marked it just in case I put them side by side. I didn't get them mixed up. But this is it. It's a 41162. That is their Iridium plug. It had been in there for 2 days. That's it. It's probably maybe 60 miles, maybe, if that. And then I got a brand new genuine GM genuine right there, just like what I put in it. I want to show you guys one thing really quick before we get too far. There's different ways you can check for spark. I have this, which is a light that actually lights up. See, there's a magnet right here. See how it lights up? So when it senses the spark, it's what it does. It lights up, so you can put it up against a wire, and it's going to flash, and you'll see that you have spark. Other ways to do it is you can actually take the wire off. Now, this thing is old. I've had this a long time. You clamp this to a ground, put your coil wire right here, your spark plug wire, and then you should see the spark. Same thing with this one, except for this one is adjustable. You can adjust, like if it's 40 thousandths, which is what these plugs are, you can adjust them with your feeler gauge, like this right here, feeler gauge, to your 40 thousandths. Same thing, put your wire on here, ground it, watch for spark. Don't touch it, otherwise you're going to be screaming. This is a cheap tester here. You put this on the coil, on the plug, I'm sorry, put this on the plug, your spark plug wire here, start it, and this will light up. And the other one, which I used all the time, I use this one more than any, is this type right here. So you put your plug wire on here. So if you have a recessed spark plug, you can put that down in the hole like on a Honda or something like that, and you can check for spark. So that's ways to check for spark on the car. This new tester I got, we should be able to put the new plug in, the old plug in, or not old, it's still new, the used plug in, and we should see a difference in spark, which would be what is actually wrong with the car and why it was misfiring. So let's unbox this. I'm really curious because I have not unboxed it yet. It's still sealed up. It literally just came in the mail. Okay, so this is the Auto Tool or Auto, I'm not sure. spark plug tester. It is made in China. You guys can see the writing there. But on this side, adjustable simulated RPM, protective cover, dual hole simultaneous testing, engine condition simulation, because you can run it up and down the RPMs. It is part number SPT 101. If this works good, because I don't know yet, getting ready to open it. If it works good, I will have it in my Amazon store, which there'll be a link in the description of the video where you guys can find this if it's something you're interested in. They had a different one that had 3 holes in it, so you could do 3 plugs. I wanted that one, but I wouldn't have had it until tomorrow, and I needed to get this done tonight. We need to drive that tomorrow. So I got to get this done tonight. So I had this. We have Amazon Prime, and I just got it, ordered it last night, so I would have it today. Dang, but this tape is really good tape. And this is AC, so that's it. Check that sucker out. So here is your adjustable RPMs. I guess that'd be probably 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000, my guess. This is going to tell you if you have power, obviously, working, and that's it. You just put the plugs in there, and then you're good to go. It looks like inside the box, you get a little holder for it. Something that I probably won't ever use, but there are destructions in here. But this thing's pretty self-explanatory in my opinion. Certificate conformity. It's Friday. I'm tired. Let's see. Qualities pass. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So let's plug this thing in. Let's see what it will do. I'm going to have to get you guys zoomed in. So I cannot explain how excited I am to do this. I've been thinking about this all day. Here is the one. You see the orange on it? That is the one that I took out of the car. Just push it down in there. We'll make sure these electrodes are kind of pointing at us so we can see it the best we can. This is the brand new one right out of this box. Okay, I'm going to turn the lights off because the sparks, it's not like a crazy spark like you'd think it would be on cars. It's a very, very small spark. But let's get this close to you guys, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. Turn it on up in RPMs. Right now, they both look okay. This tool seems to be cutting out. So hopefully, it's hard to focus since I had to turn the lights off. See right there? Yeah, it's not focusing at all because the lights are off. Look at that. That left side plug, which is the bad one, is cutting in and out, while the other side is staying good. So the tool works, but I am having issues. It keeps I keep having to mess with the wire here. But, I mean, it did its job, but I had to kind of slam this thing down to get it to work a minute ago. I had to kind of mess with that wire, but it is what it is. Just for the fun of it, I put a regular resistor type plug in, not iridium. You guys can kind of see the difference, the way that an iridium plug sparks versus a resistor style. See that? A whole bunch of different sparks basically. And then your iridium is just a constant spark, much smaller spark versus that. This one's really wide. This one's really narrow. I took the cap off because it makes it a little bit easier to see for the camera to actually adjust. But that's the difference between an iridium plug on the right and a resistor plug on the left. Okay, so as far as a tool is concerned, it does what it's supposed to do, but so I was having issues. I had to really mess with the wire where it plugs in. Like I had to keep twisting it to get it to actually stay on. And then at one point I kind of just took it and slammed it down, and then it has worked ever since then. I'm probably going to send this back and get the 3-prong, the one with 3. Had much better reviews anyways, and it's digital. You can actually set your RPMs. So kind of disappointed. It is just made of plastic, you guys, but it did what it was supposed to do. I'm not saying it didn't, but I did have to kind of mess with it to get this thing to actually work. So basically, this tester confirmed that this plug is bad at a lower RPM. She would drive it and it was fine. It wouldn't misfire. Come to a stoplight, or she was actually sitting outside my daughter's gymnastics classes and engines running. She said it just kept misfiring. That's exactly what it showed us on the tester. Now the tester worked good. It showed us the spark. It showed us the miss. It did what it's supposed to do. But I had issues with this getting it to stay on once I shut the camera off. Because I wanted to show my wife it. I made a couple videos for some friends I want to send it to, and it kept messing up on me. So I had to keep messing with the AC port. And then I kind of slammed it down at one point, and then ever since then, it's been working. There's probably not a whole lot to this as far as the circuit board and everything that's in there. I don't know if I can show you guys the prongs that are down in there. That's actually what you snap the spark plug into, but it's very light. It's so light that it feels like there's really nothing to it. But I'm going to send this back just because I had issues with it. I don't want to get stuck with it to the point where it doesn't work. And I'm going to buy the more expensive one. That's going to be from the same company because this had good reviews. But so is the other one. The other one was just a lot nicer looking as far as the adjusting the RPMs and having 3 plugs. I like that. This could save your butt as a mechanic. If you get brand new plugs, just test them all really quick before you put them in. Won't take no time at all to just throw them in there, test them, make sure they're good. Go to high RPMs, go to low RPMs, make sure they're good. Throw them in the car. I know people are going to say, oh, but that's just taking extra time. Yes, it is taking extra time. But if I'd had this and I'd have done that, I wouldn't have spent all this extra time. If this would have been a customer, would have come back to the shop. Now I'm working for free. And that is just something none of us want to do as mechanics. So this is a cool tool to have. I just wish that it worked better as far as making it work. But it did its job, and that was the point of this video. Brand new plugs can be bad. It's an AC Delco, like I said, GM genuine plug. Says it right there on it, GM genuine plug. They can be bad, and it can throw you for a loop because you think, well, I put brand new plugs in, put new wires on. It can't be that. So it's got to be fuel injector. It's got to be a coil. Maybe a wire, maybe a mouse chewed through something. It can't be the new stuff. Well, it was. It was the brand new stuff that I put on, brand new plug. And you could go on a wild goose chase trying to figure it out when it ends up being the brand new thing that you put on. If you're a professional mechanic, I would definitely recommend a spark checker because it could save your butt in the long run. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and checking it out. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Join the Fat family. Would love to have you. We'll see you in the next video.